desperate for a missing 5-year-old little boy afflicted with cerebral palsy. He vanishes into thin air from the back seat of a car there just outside a shoe store at a busy suburban shopping center.
Authorities in Oakland, California are searching for clues in the case of missing 5-year-old Hassani Campbell, who is disabled with cerebral palsy. A family friend was reportedly with the boy Monday afternoon at a shoe store where Hassani's aunt works. According to reports, the family friend told cops he left Hassani in his BMW just outside the back door of the store while he went inside the store briefly. When the friend came back out, the boy was gone.
There was a lot of foot traffic here. There was a lot of vehicle traffic. I asked people if they saw him, and no, they didn't see him.
The entire area was shut down by investigators as search dogs combed for clues. Police fearful Hassani may have been abducted, reportedly taking the family friend's BMW to the police yard to search for evidence.
Walk up to him, talk to him, call 911, the police will come, take custody of him, and hopefully reunite him with his family.
Straight out to Henry K. Lee, reporter with the San Francisco Chronicle. Henry, it is very difficult for me to believe, just applying common sense, that a 5-year-old little boy who has cerebral palsy, he's got braces on both legs, he can barely walk, could just walk away from the car and get lost. I don't see it. And how could others not see him being taken from that car?
That's right, Nancy. That's a very good question. So the police are trying to see if, in fact, little Hassani Campbell was taken away from the BMW that belongs to his foster parent. We have now learned that it's his foster dad that was trying to drop him off at his biological aunt's shoe store. So the fact that no one saw him either walking around or being kidnapped is of grave concern. We don't know where he is at this moment. The police are investigating, Nancy.
To Sebastian Kuntz, anchor and reporter with KNEW Talk 910. Sebastian, thank you for being with us. It's my understanding police have said the foster dad has been totally cleared.
I understand that's also the case, Nancy, and in fact we understand that the BMW, the vehicle that the boy had been in up to the point of his disappearance, is also being searched. They don't really have any leads yet. That was just the most recent place that the boy was seen, thus that's sort of how they are starting this search. As you said, a boy with cerebral palsy and who needs to walk with leg braces like this for support is not going to be easily missed by any witnesses in the area.
And what time of the day or night did this happen, Sebastian?
It was just after 4 p.m. yesterday, so we've just had just over 24 hours of searching. The Oakland police were back at it again today, you know, interviewing people. Investigators and detectives are combing the 2-block area. They had it shut down. Helicopters, scent dogs, you know, police dogs smelling, and they even went so far as to keep the patrons of a nearby restaurant inside that restaurant so as to try and not disturb the scent that the dogs were trying to use. It didn't come up with
Back
anything.
to Henry Lee. A couple of quick questions. Lee, joining us from the San Francisco Chronicle. Who called police?
Well, what we do know is that the foster dad, whose name we do not have, called police, and other people certainly notified officers that this boy is nowhere to be found. He says that he went through the store. It's about 4 p.m. Monday. This is broad daylight, Nancy.
What time did they call police? What time did they call police?
I think it's shortly after the disappearance was discovered.
Who, if anyone else, out to you, Matt Zarrell, our producer on the story, who, if anyone else, saw the little boy in the BMW to start with?
Well, that's the big mystery at this point, Nancy, because this is a very, very busy area. There's a lot of foot traffic, a lot of vehicle traffic. As of now, police said they haven't talked to anyone who has seen the boy. They are interviewing registered sex offenders in the area, so that's something they could look into.
Okay, maybe I'm crazy. Mark Class, founder of Class Kids Foundation. But why did he leave the boy in a car? Why do you leave a child in an unlocked car in a shopping mall?
Nancy, yesterday I was in the Bay Area, and it was probably the hottest day of the year so far. Temperatures were in the high 80s, if they were anything. So just another reason why none of this story makes sense. I think what we have to do is find the other person that saw that little boy last and start establishing timelines from that point on. I can't for a minute believe that anybody has been cleared in this situation yet.
I'm not understanding the whole scenario. It doesn't make sense to me, the way it's all unfolding. Everybody, we are desperate, along with police and family, to find a 5-year-old little boy. He has cerebral palsy. He has braces on both legs. And he disappeared from a busy shopping center, a suburban shopping center outside a shoe store. With me tonight, and I know you will recognize him, Lawrence Carter Long. He is the Executive Director for Disabilities Network of New York City. He has cerebral palsy and once the poster boy, literally, for cerebral palsy. There he is. I remember that very well. Lawrence, as always, thank you for being with us. Lawrence, from what you have learned about his disability, what do you believe about the possibility that he just got out of the car and walked off? And listen, my twins are only 21 months old. When I take them to a store or the grocery store, they will run 2 different ways, one toward the door, one toward the dairy section, and they can easily try to disappear.
Exactly, just as any 5-year-old would do. And if you notice by the photograph that you showed there, I was a 5-year-old who wore leg braces, so I know exactly what that's like. Life is not Hollywood. This is not Forrest Gump. He's not going to shuck those braces and run down the street. I think there's some things we need to be looking at here that haven't been asked in the usual media outlets. One of the things I noticed in looking at the establishment is we were told he was parked in the back so that the child could have easier access to the back entrance, which was accessible. If you look at Google Maps or some of the news footage that's shown the establishment from the front, you'll also notice that the front entrance is wheelchair accessible. There's no step. If both entrances were accessible, why was the child left in back? How long was the child left in back? Those are questions that we need to be asking.
Everybody, we are taking your calls live tonight. The situation grows more urgent in the search for a 5-year-old little boy, braces on both legs, missing in the Oakland area. Tip line 510-238-3641. We are taking your calls live.
Immediately there was just about 5 or 6 cop cars right after that. It was pretty quick. And at that point, you know, our customers were here, but it was fine. A number of our regulars ran out to try to see if they could find the little boy.